Okay. Okay. So I was telling about instrumentation. Okay. In this, you could involve your transformer because it's not a part of thermal power plant. Yeah, but of course, after generation and our generation is very low, either we generate in 11 or 3 kV only. So we'll require transformer to step up and to transfer. Okay. So we keep this thing in your this instrumentation part, and that also include your substation, which is your right. Now the other major part, okay, that is not that is by default a part of this, that involves your uh, protection and control equipment. Okay, this is the obvious thing we haven't studied in this, but in upcoming future classes or in protection power system protection, you will see, okay, what extra would be added, okay, in what possible ways we have to apply protection. Okay, protection is given to every possible elements we have in electrical circuits. Okay, because these are of a major ratings. Okay, if we do not provide protection to this, okay, if a small bulb of 5 or 6 watt is cost of 100 rupees, okay, that could be bearable, okay, if goes out. But if equipment of more than crores, okay, the price rating of that is very precious, and that is what we go for the protection and the control unit. Okay, obviously nowadays PLC and lot of other SCADA and all, these are there with the help of which we control, okay, we monitor and we control. Okay, and before ending this, before getting to the lab session, the last part that I'm going to discuss about this thermal power plant is your advantages and disadvantages. Okay, now could any sorry, could anyone tell me the what the possible advantages and disadvantages could be, as we have studied lot of other parameters. Okay, okay, tell me. The first very advantages I would give you hint is all about land, the acquisition of land. Okay, uh, that hint is the land requirement. Okay, so the land requirement is less, okay, in comparison of the star market, in comparison of your hydropower plant. This is your point. In comparison of hydropower plant, land requirement is very low. Okay, now another segment is your based on the resource. Okay, as
Fuel is cheap.
yeah, that yes, fuel is okay. Since this thermal power plant is based on uh, coal is a main fuel. Okay, in this thermal power plant. So it's quite its price is quite cheap than the petrol or diesel or nuclear elements. Okay, so this is the one factor, fuel is cheap. Or yeah, now the third segment is maintenance. Maintenance is easy. This is your now fourth, the that could be your okay, the thermal this thermal power plant, okay, uh, can be installed, okay, can be installed in any uh, location where the transportation, okay, and bulk of water is available, right? It is not mandatory that it should be near to the resource, okay. It can be uh, it can be installed any of the places where transportation facility is there to get the resource from there, and bulk amount of water is present, okay. So we cannot transport this water into that amount of water to this, okay. So the another I will write in over here, okay. We'll write it can be installed at any location where transportation and bulk amount of water is there, okay. This is one advantage. Now the last advantage is based on the economical, okay. As economically, okay, the initial cost of this generation plant is very low, okay. So we'll write economical for low initial cost other than any other generating plants, okay. So initial means the capital cost, okay, when we are installing this plant, okay. So at that particular point, the cost, that initial cost, or we call certain time we call the capital cost as well, okay, that is low in comparison of hydro, nuclear, or any other segment. Though its operating cost is high, but your initial cost is very low, okay. We will write over here, initial cost is low in comparison with, yeah, efficiency is less than about 23 to 25, pollute the environment, running transportation, fuel cost, cost. Okay, fine. So he has some of the few of the disadvantages. Okay, good. Initial cost is low, right? Now disadvantages, as he has already uh, told in that segment. Okay, so operating cost is high in comparison. Okay, star condition is in comparison to other plants. Okay, this is your one advantages. He already mentioned about the environment. Okay, so large amount of pollutants or smoke, whatever you say. Okay, large amount of smoke is released, causing COSING, okay, causing air pollution. Okay, so this is the only power plant. Okay, in bracket I could write thermal power plant is responsible for global warming. Okay, this is responsible for the global warming, right? And he has added one point, the efficiency. Okay, overall efficiency. Okay, overall, do write this part. Overall efficiency is, as he mentioned, is around 23 to 25, which is less than 30%. Okay, this is one of the disadvantage of it, right? Now the last part is these the water. Okay, the heated water uh, that comes from the thermal power plant has an adverse effect, okay, on the lives of the lives in inside the water, and it disturbs the uh, ecology as well, right? So this, the fourth point is disturbs the ecology. Okay, because this water is again been replaced to this ponds or rivers, and these water do get into these. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so I think so we are done with our thermal power plant is done. We have seen everything. We have seen the construction, we have seen the components, we have seen the site selection of that, we have seen advantages and disadvantages of this. Okay, we do not have more than that. Okay, if you want to go more into depth, I could tell you about each and every components working, the process involved in it. Okay, if you want to know, in next class I will uh, get into that. Okay, I will see what it is done in ash handling plant, what is the process being seen, and what are the component present in that. Will go into your cold handling plant, will go in the condenser, will go into economizer. Okay, we'll see every particular component. Okay, now we'll come into this part. First, let's go and to another segment. We'll share this with you. Okay, you could say this. Okay, so these are the experiment what we are going to, you could able to see, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
You could see this PDF.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So we'll go with, these are the 14 experiment what you have to do. Okay, so few are there that is not possible to do in any of the software. Okay, like this testing of transformer oil, we have set up in our college. I really think we could do these experiment in uh, online. Okay, we could do this part 5 to find ABCD parameters of a model of transmission line. We could do this. We could see the observe the fertility effect uh, uh, in a model of a transmission line. Okay, we can see this. We could also see the faults. Okay, we could also see the fault. Yes, we could see. I will try to make one or two experiment in MATLAB. Okay, so we'll see those two, and there would be these two labs that you have to do. Okay, this is very easy. It will be knowledgeable full. Okay, it will be your uh, okay, one kind of experience in drawing and plotting your circuitry, even the other part. Okay, so you have to plot. Okay, first is to plot annual, monthly, daily load demand of nearby area. Okay, so I will tell you about this, how you could do this. Okay, what you have to do, this experiment, this two would be said. Okay, we'll have around a few minutes on this. Okay, in every lab session. Okay, this will go till you are in your home. Okay, now what I am going to ask, what I am going to do is this, as it is given to plot annual, monthly, daily load demand of nearby area. Okay, so what I am gonna do, I will edit this part. It will be not nearby area, it will be nearby area. And where is this annotation? Okay, nearby area. And why it's not working? Just a minute. Why I cannot write in this? Hold on, 2 minutes. Tab mode. Okay. I don't know why I'm not able to write in this. Okay, fine. What we are going to do is this particular, okay, this nearby area, instead of nearby area, you will first do about for your home. Okay, you have to analyze and you have to do the draw the plotting of your daily load. Okay, so this plotting could be done in your Excel. Okay, what you have to observe, okay, it's it will take will start with day first, daily. Okay, what you have to do, you have to know the pattern. Okay, everyday pattern, it will start from tomorrow, right? You have to observe what is, let me share this in another, so I could explain. Okay, what you have to do is you have to draw load curve. Okay, firstly for daily. Okay, we'll then go for weekly. Okay, we'll then go for monthly, and I don't think so we'll have so much patience to monitor your annual part. Okay, will definitely don't have patience to this, but I want to do these three. Okay, I know this lockdown will go for longer times. These two would be done. Okay, and more likely to will go with this part. Okay. What you are going to observe, we have a time period from 0 to midnight, will count as 24. Okay, So we want to know the patterns. Okay, what you have to do, you have to gather all components whatever present at your home. Okay, you have to make a Excel sheet, or if you don't have presently, if you don't have any laptop or any monitor in your home, so what you could do, you could have a pen and paper with you. Okay, you have to write equipment present, okay, and its ratings, okay, in what, okay. And third is operating hour, okay, means at entire day how many hour does this runs. Okay, this could be a very interesting topic, and you could learn what is your daily load curve, and how much and we parallelly will also see, I will add up this in this, the frequency of power cuts. Okay, you have to observe this also, the frequency of power cuts. So very interesting output will come in later on, okay, when after your course would be ending. Okay, either I would be taking a third module or second module, so very interesting topic is there. Okay, in that particular point I will tell you what is the interesting thing in this, or after completion of this stack of daily and weekly, will come into that part. Okay, and you will also get a economical knowledge, okay, about this, that what tariff you are paying. Okay, what is the reliability of your power, okay, at your home. Okay, is that amount you are paying with that tariff, okay, the monthly bill and the tariff what you are paying is good enough. Okay, being an electrical engineer, okay, not as a fellow citizen, you will who don't have such knowledge on this. Okay, in lot of homes we generally see. Okay, so we'll not look into that matter. As an electrical engineer, we are paying this much traffic, and what the possible outcomes would be there if we have certain other backups and all. Okay, right? Yeah. Now about the backups, I got a 1 point. One of the equipment would definitely would be your inverter with battery backup. Okay, this part. So do involve this. Okay, because this, whenever your power is there at home and this battery needs charging, it will charge itself. So that is also being considered as load. So it will become in the load profile. So this experiment you have to start from tomorrow onwards. Okay, for entire week, just today is your Thursday, we'll definitely have our next lab on the next Thursday. So we'll discuss, okay, how many of you have got and how many was able to draw this graph. Okay, in mid between, if you face any problem, do call me, I will guide you how to draw. Okay, first of all, so today what is your task to do? You have to collect all the equipment present at your home, okay, their ratings. Okay, if you have a particular that yellow bulb of 60 watt or 100 watt, you have to write this as 100 watt. Or you have a CFL of 6 to 15 variant of watt, you have to write that. Okay, if you have refrigerator, fridge, AC, okay, or your uh, other rice cooker, or lot of things are there. Okay, whatever you have, number of fans, okay, everything you have to write in a table or in a paper. You have to write the names, ratings, and from tomorrow onwards you have to observe what is the running period of each watt. Okay, you have to each equipment running period, means it is running for for an entire okay, or you could make as this table, okay, of period from 0 to 24, make it morning 12 to midnight 12. Okay, will make in this sense, and you will take out that this hour or this much of hour, or just make it a total. We'll go with average, we don't have particular analyzer in that. Okay, So we'll see that we have light. Okay, number of light is around 5. Okay, in our complete home, the number of light is only 5. So how many hours in entire day is light is running? Okay, we have to see this. After getting that, you have to calculate the hour. Okay, you have to calculate the total power. Okay, we have to calculate the total power consumed. Okay, and the hour also, if you could do at particular hour, okay, in segment, that from morning 12 to 5. Okay, from morning 12 to 5, definitely till 5 it will be blackened. Okay, a few components will be running, that is your refrigerator will be running. As is summer vacation, the fans would be running. So we'll calculate this and we will write that from 12 to 5 this much of power was used. Okay, this first was electricity consumption was there. Okay, so this, based on this rating, will draw the daily load curve of your particular home. Okay, I will go with for home only, will not go for the area is very difficult to find, because for every home analysis is very difficult, you will not able to get the data as well. So we'll go for your only for your home. Okay, so we have to draw this. So take the entire week, chalk down all the components ratings and make it the hour wise. Better it make by hour wise. Okay, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Okay, so this will give the perfect your load graph. Okay, so this is the task what you have to do by today, and from tomorrow you have to monitor this all. Okay, so this is one of the experiment you have to do. So out of 14, we are advised to do 6 to 7 experiment. I will take 7 out of 7. 2 you are going to do by yourself. I am the only the guide, I will be providing the guidance and I will be helping you out in that. Okay, and uh, rest 5 I would be telling you the entire process. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this task is very necessary, you have to do. Just a hold a second, I'm getting a call. Okay, fine. So let's go into today's experiment, what we are going to see. Okay, might be take one more class, so do cooperate with me. I need to complete this experiment. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to study about one of the effect we see. I don't know whether principal sir has taught you or not. Okay, about this effect that is called fertility effect. Has anybody heard of this?
Yes, sir.
Tell, yeah, tell me. Definitely the lateral students, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is this? Tell me.
Sir, the voltage at the receiving end seems to be higher than the sending end.
Yeah. We have only 10 minutes, so we'll discuss few on thing and we'll go into per part. Okay. So what is fertility effect is uh, uh, how should I start? Okay, so let's do with the definition first. Okay, or else it's better to start with the concept. Okay, so whenever we are sending, let's take this is your Vs stands for sending end voltage. Okay, we are transmitting. Okay, we are transmitting through a transmission line. This is your transmission line, okay, and this is your T1, this is your T2, these are your loads. Okay, so generally it happens, what is the what amount of power or what amount of we are sending. Okay, see, this is your voltage. Okay, is in a normal condition, we are not talking about the faulty conditions. In faulty conditions, though, we see certain rise in or drop in the voltages. Okay, in the normal condition, what will be the sending amount is there. So at the another particular point, okay, where we are sending this, so we call that as a receiving end. So this should be same. Okay, I'm eliminating these losses. Okay, or if we account the losses in it, please mute yourself, please. Nikhil, please mute yourself.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so whatever the sending end voltage would be there would be same at receiving end voltage when there is no losses in the transmission line. Okay, else there would be definitely loss. Okay, we'll talk about the power. Okay, whatever the power we are sending this, it will be in lesser. If it is a ideally form, there will be no changes. Okay, it will be same as the sending end power will be same as the receiving end power. When there is a property, okay, when real or practical sense will go, there are a lot of losses in it. Okay, when we are transmitting to one end to another. Okay, and there are a lot of losses. There is a loss of, we have corona effect, we have uh, this heating or skin effect. Okay, so these effects are there on this, and electricity or the energy is being lost. Okay, so we do not get the exact amount at sending receiving end. Okay, so to fulfill this, we have certain terminology and other factor as well. Okay, so now what about fraternity effect is the flow of okay, the flow of current. Okay, is the flow of current in every electrical system. Okay, take in any electrical system will be from higher potential. Okay, higher potential to lower potential, right? This is the phenomena that is everyone is known of, that flow of current is from higher potential to the lower potential area. Okay, or the lower potential load. Okay, so in practical we see the voltage at the transmitting end. Okay, at the transmitting end is superior to the voltage at the receiving end. Okay, this is your transmitting or the sending end. Okay, would be superior to the receiving. This is the fact that it will be superior, then only it will be transmitting to this. As we know, the current flows from the higher potential to the lower potential, right? So this sending end voltage would be higher in the receiving end, but due to uh, reasons, okay, or we could say uh, okay, due to a effect, what happens, right, that voltage at receiving end is more than the sending end, right? So however, the voltage on the receiving end of a transmission line, okay, which is a transmission line, okay, this is a transmission line, is higher than the sending end. Okay, will be higher than the sending end. Then this condition is called your fraternity effect. Okay, this condition is called fraternity effect. Okay, where your receiving end is voltage at the receiving end is more than this part. Okay, so these are generally seen uh, uh, in your long or medium transmission line. Okay, and this happens, this uh, this effect happens due to your open circuit, okay, or due to light load. Okay, when the this receiving end is open circuited or is lightly load, then only this effect is being seen. Okay, which is commonly seen in your long transmission line and medium transmission line, but there is no such effect in your short transmission line. Okay, this is the actual thing what I was telling you about this effect. Okay, we observe higher voltage at receiving end than sending end, whereas in normal terminology your sending end voltage should be more than your receiving end. Okay, right, in normal terminology. Okay, so this is effect, and this effect is due to your open circuited or due to lightly load. Okay, lightly load condition. If these two conditions are happening to your long transmission line and medium transmission line, then only you will see this effect, that is your pertinent effect. Okay, now we will be seeing, okay, it's almost 2 minutes is left, so we'll be seeing one numerical on this. Okay, and we'll apply same numerical to your MATLAB. Okay, and we'll see whether we are able to see that or not. Okay, so this should be very clear to this effect. What is this effect? This effect is in the receiving end the voltage is high than your sending end voltage, and this is due to open circuited or lightly load at the receiving end. Okay, and these two generally happen since long transmission and medium transmission. There is no phenomenon being seen in short transmission line. Okay, this is the thing what we have to see. I could write now, but while writing this numerical itself, this class would be over and I have to write again. Okay, and we'll put these same data what are we are going to solve right now. We are going to analyze the same input into the MATLAB circuit, and we are going to see whether it's coming is not. We could visualize this effect or not. Okay, so do one thing, just I'm ending this session, just rejoin, why to waste time. Okay, so I'm ending this, and please rejoin once again, okay, in the same link.